Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm with BJ Atkins. BJ Atkins.
Good morning, Fred.
Good friend. How'd you like that? Elton John.
Love Elton John. He's terrific.
Went there this weekend, had an amazing weekend in Vegas.
Yeah?
He's a resident at Caesars.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess a resident. He goes there in the spring and in the fall, and he was absolutely fantastic. So a little Elton John for all the fans out there that love Elton John. BJ Atkins with Environmental Help Incorporated. Welcome back to the show. It's been about 10 years.
Really?
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Wow, okay.
You don't look 5 years older than that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and BJ does a lot in town, very involved in the community in so many different ways. But I didn't know this. Humboldt State University, degrees in oceanography and economics.
Right.
Well, that's a little bit of a difference, huh?
Yeah. It's
studying the water and then what? How to monetize it.
Exactly. How to help. What I was trying to do is help offshore vessels. I was going to insure offshore vessels and realized that that's not how they do it. They just put good location devices on them and keep them out of trouble. That's what they do.
Yeah, keep them out of pirated waters.
That's right.
So tell me about what you do every day and how that helps you with a lot of the voluntary work you do.
Okay. On a daily basis, I help manage the environmental affairs for a number of different companies in different industries. I help companies who make skateboards, who make surgical trays, who make aircraft parts, who dye jeans. So I'm working all over the Southland, helping companies with all the different regulatory obligations they have, whether it be health and safety, worker safety, or environmental.
Environmental safety has become a big thing, and because of the EPA and what they enacted, I think it was in '73, which was really good to protect people, protect waters, clean waters. But I think sometimes it goes to an extreme. So are you able to help manage the company's risk when it comes to that? I remember speaking to a gentleman one time, and if they found one chip, one little piece of metal in the parking lot, they get fined $10,000 versus all the other good they did.
There is – what I do try and do is interpret the regulations for companies and keep them in compliance and still allow them to make a profit. That's my goal. There is room for profit making while protecting the environment in a reasonable way. And
I think that's what's important is protecting, especially the egregious acts of some companies in the past that created these laws that are in place now.
Right. Some of them are a little bit overboard. I have companies that have metal chips in the parking lot, and I'm working with them trying to get those cleaned up. I don't know that they'll get fined $10,000, but that's my goal. I've never had a situation where any of my companies have ever been fined that large of sum, which is terrific. I mean, I've got a great track record, been doing it for 32 years.
And it's all about doing the right thing. So let's talk about water.
Okay.
How what's happening with water here in the Santa Clarita Valley?
Well, in Santa Clarita Valley, we've got 4 different retailers and 1 wholesaler.
Castaic Lake Water Agency.
Castaic Lake Water Agency. They're a state water contractor, the 7th largest state water contractor, and that means that they are contracted to get water from Northern California. 2/3 of the water that lands on California lands in the top third of the state, but 2/3 of the people live in the bottom 2/3 of the state.
We got to figure out a way to convey it down to Southern California.
They did a great job of that in the 50s and 60s, and then things changed when certain individuals got excited about the Endangered Species Act, and that brought in an opportunity to shut the flow down. So about half of our water, when you turn on the water, or I do in the morning, about half that comes from the northern part of the state. And there was a time 6-8 years ago when it got shut down to 0. And right now we've done a lot of study, and we've realized that there's quite a bit of risk associated with getting water from northern part of California. So we could lose half our water supply in the blink of an eye for up to 3 years if it's a bad seismic event. So we're doing things in Santa Clarita Valley that are distancing our people from the risk associated with the State Water Project. So in order to do that, we feel it's best to pull the best parts of every one of those retailers and the wholesaler and form a brand new agency and be able to handle wholesale and retail through one agency, combine our resources, and do a better job for the people here in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Possibly better job managing that resource because it's become so precious. I want to ask you real quickly about something, recycled water. I think it was water was so plentiful that we didn't have to worry about recycled water. What are the initiatives happening with recycled water?
Well, in the recycled water master plan, there's on the order of 17,000 acre feet that's supposed to be available to the Santa Clarita Valley. And in the last year, things have really stepped up. We're only at about 500 acre feet right now, but we're making plans to bring recycled water from the Valencia water reclamation plant all the way down here past beyond south of your radio station here in Newhall. And we're going to get it to Central Park, and we're going to get recycled water to the east end of our valley to recharge those wells. It's going to take some time, and it'll take resources, which is another reason to combine forces.
Yeah, love that. Love that. What are the next steps?
Well, the next step right now is November 16th, Wednesday night. We're going to have a meeting at the Castaic Lake Water Agency at 6:30. That's going to be to talk about this new governance structure, the finances associated with it, and water supply. We're going to be talking about all that stuff, and it's going to be an important meeting. And we want to make sure that the public has an opportunity to weigh in. So that's at 6:30 on Wednesday, November 16th at Castaic Lake Water Agency.
We never get enough time.
Is we out?
Yeah, we're already done.
Oh, well, I appreciate the time. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely, BJ. You're a real gentleman. All you do in this community is wonderful. All the events I see you at, all the work you do with veterans, specifically the chamber, on and on. I want to just sing your praises a little bit of your involvement in the community, and I thank you as a friend. Back
at you, sir. Thank you so much for all you've done, especially Ian Gillig and some of the other things you've done. Dante Acosta's son. Just amazing patriot you are, and I appreciate it. God love you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, BJ Atkins, EHI. Environmental Help Incorporated, and a member of the school board. Hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. I'm your host, Fred Arnold, on AM 1220 KHTS.